beautiful people. My name is Antoinette, and this is episode, I think, 6 of my vlog series. I'm not totally sure. I've lost count because I had to take a little bit of a break last week. I just felt like I needed to get my priorities straight and get my focus settled again and just get my mind right with some things. And the break time has been really good. This past week I connected with a friend out in Europe and got some updates from him, and we got to discuss the prospect of us collaborating on some work together, which I'm really excited about. I've also been working really hard on some materials for my new workshop called Ace the Corporate Space. So that's had me very busy this past week, and I'm really excited because I'm putting together a beta testing group for that one. So if you are a professional Black woman and you're listening to this right now and you would like to participate, let me know in the comments because I'm looking for people who want to participate in this group. I've also been really busy with completing my certification field work for my business coaching certification. I'm almost done with submitting my field work for that, so I'm really excited to move to the next step in that process. So overall, it was a productive week, and I think that's part of the reason why I finished the week feeling so happy and fulfilled and strong, because I got some things done. And a really huge part of why I got things done this week is because I actually stuck to a routine this week. And that's my whole family. My entire family gets credit for this, but we stuck to a routine in our house, and it really showed this past week. Before, it was just kind of like we got up whenever we wanted to, and we would try to make some semblance of a routine throughout the day, but that usually ended up falling apart around 2 or 3 p.m. And then somewhere around 6 or 7 p.m. we start asking each other, well, what's gonna be for dinner? Did you cook dinner? Because I didn't cook dinner. Can you make dinner magically appear? And so my husband and I just decided enough is enough. We need to get a handle on this and figure out how it is that we're going to command our day so that we can get the most out of this time right now instead of feeling so bogged down and tired all the time. And I can tell you that the 2 things that worked the best were getting up at the same time every day, so everyone in our household is up by 8 a.m. Making sure that dinner is served at the same time every night. That is so huge. Because if you think about it, your nighttime routine can't really start until after dinner is made and eaten, so you're kind of holding up everything else when you make dinner really late. The kids' baths, story time, bedtime, anything you wanted to accomplish before you went to bed that night. You're basically delaying it all when you don't get dinner on the table at a reasonable time. So at our house, that's 6 p.m. now. So dinner is on the table at 6 p.m. We are sitting down to eat at 6:01. And I can tell you this week, I had one day that I was off. Thursday, dinner didn't get onto the table until I think 6:40. But everything else was still in place. So we got up at the same time. The kids went to bed at the same time. That's another one, a bedtime for the kids. Because when you leave them up, they play and, everything becomes a free-for-all. Our daughter was sleeping in until like 11 o'clock in the morning. And it was all due to the fact that we were up at all crazy hours. We weren't being regimented. We weren't setting a schedule, sticking to our agenda. We were just all over the place. And so a lot of my work fell to the wayside because of that. I had tons and tons of things on my desk. There were people who were reaching out to me. I didn't get back to them in a timely manner because I was just kind of swimming in the vagueness of what our routine was looking like for a little while. But this week in particular, I've noticed that my mental health has been a lot better. I've been in a better mood. I have had a better outlook. My overall disposition has been more positive, and I think that that's because of the regimen as well. And so one of the biggest things that having a schedule has allowed me to do is it's given me space to devote to my work, you guys. I'm a creative, so the way that work looks for me each day usually is different. I have some days where I'm writing things. I have some days where I'm editing things. I have some days where I am taking photography, like shooting and taking photography. Other times I am editing videos or editing photos. I do marketing work, I do public speaking, I do facilitation of workshops and educational courses for personal and professional development. So my workday looks different all the time, and that's part of the reason why I love being a creative, because that means I don't have to do the same thing every single day if I don't want to. But then that also means that you can very easily, or at least in my case, lose your grip on what it was that you were doing that day, whatever work was supposed to look like. like, and then it falls by the wayside, and then that project gets delayed because something else came along and took over. In which case, this has been my daughter's schoolwork. She's had just lots and lots of stuff to do that really, it's not so much that the volume of it was huge. They gave us a lot of things to work on with our students because I think that they wanted to make sure that we had enough to do. But no one has said to me, you have to complete every single one of these assignments or else your child's gonna fail. But I think me, being the anxious academic that I am, I automatically was like, oh no, if I don't do this, she's gonna fail. She's not gonna fail. She's way too smart to fail. But we also have a set time now for when she gets her schoolwork done, and it's within that window, and when that window is closed, we move on to something else. So that's given me more space to be able to come up into my office and open up my computer and get some work done and write in my notebook and brainstorm and just get some ideas onto paper. I've not had much time or space to do that lately, and it was making my mental health suffer. I used to give tips to entrepreneurs regularly. I stopped doing that because COVID had me really busy. But probably the biggest and most important tip that I can give to any entrepreneur out there is to make sure that you stay closely aligned with your purpose. When I lose sight of my purpose, I lose sight of the importance of my work. And so it becomes hard for me to devote time and effort and put energy into my work because I'm feeling like, well, what is this for? It's not that important to me. What is the purpose of this? And I know that I'm not alone. I know that motivation and inspiration and just the gumption to do stuff that often escapes people who feel like they are creative, they do have lots of ideas, and they can contribute things. It comes in waves, you guys. So sometimes you get this nice wave of productivity and all these ideas and all this great stuff comes to you and you can hold on to it and play with it and see what comes of it. But then sometimes the wave recedes and all of that inspiration and those ideas and that motivation just kind of starts slipping away from you. And that's a lonely feeling, but just know that it will come back the same way that the tides work. The waves come in and they recede out, but they come back in again. I hope that everybody out there watching is getting through social distancing as best they can. Let me know in the comments. How are you guys dealing with all of this? If you are someone who's in a relationship, are you getting along with your significant other, or are you guys at each other's throats? Because we heard from some good friends of ours yesterday, and they said, yeah, we're getting along as best we have to survive, but we're not friends right now. I completely understand it though. I get it. I'm pulling for you guys. I really am. Don't forget to make some time to get out of the house and walk around and be by yourself for a little bit too, because that can help with your relationships with other people. And please, 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 please remember to be gentle with yourself. Unless you have survived a pandemic before, which some people have, like people who are like in the triple digits with their ages, they survived Spanish flu, which was I think 1918, and then they're going through this too. First of all, if you're over 100 years old, then you probably wake up every damn day thinking, yes! What can I do today? If I was 102, I would want to drink a Slurpee, and I wouldn't care what anybody said to me. But the point that I'm getting at is that unless you've done this before, don't expect yourself to have all the answers and to be perfect and to feel okay and happy all the time and to just be relishing in all of this free time that you have right now. I know that it's good to use the time wisely right now. Yeah, that's really good advice. But some of us just have a hard time getting up out of bed with all of the uncertainty that's circling around right now. I get it. And it's okay to feel that way. Be gentle with yourself. Call up some of your friends, have some feel-good conversation, and take your mind off of the current events and what's happening with the pandemic. Yes, it's a big deal. Yes, you have to be vigilant, but your life doesn't have to be about the pandemic 24/7. Trust and believe that that's how it is over here. I can't handle the stress. So I check in as much as I need to get the information that I need to. I get the alerts sent to my phone. Thank you so much, US government. But overall, my life is not entirely about the pandemic right now. It's about trying to stay in the most positive headspace and physical space that I possibly can until we get to the other side of this thing. So stay subscribed to me. You've got my contact info that's showing up on the screen right now. You know I love to hear from you and what it is that you're doing to keep yourself busy right now. So you guys all take care. I'll check in with you soon and keep shining.